Nigerian senator just stood in front of cameras and said this out loud. One of the conditions was that Peter Obi must not remain in the Labour Party to contest. Not a journalist's allegation, not a leaked document, not an anonymous source. Aminu Tambuwal, former governor, former speaker, senator. His own words, in public, in Sokoto, on Thursday. He said the plan started over 2 years ago. That a secret panel of professors, political experts, and practicing politicians was assembled to study Nigeria's future. That their conclusion was this: the APC was planning to turn Nigeria into a one-party state, and that the strategy had 2 targets. Target 1, destroy the PDP from within. Target 2, remove Peter Obi from Labour Party before 2027. Now look at what has happened since. The PDP is down to 7 senators and 2 governors, both reportedly leaving before April. Labour Party tore itself apart between 2 factions fighting over who is the real chairman. A dual party membership law was passed in 1 day, specifically creating a legal trap for anyone caught between 2 party registers. And Peter Obi left Labour Party on December 31st, 2025, under circumstances that neither faction has formally confirmed. Tambuwal is saying all of that was not coincidence. It was a plan. In the next 13 minutes, 4 things. First, exactly who Tambuwal is and why his words carry the weight they do. Second, the full details of what he revealed in Sokoto and what the secret panel actually concluded. Third, how every major political event of the last 2 years connects to the plan he described, because when you lay them out in sequence, the pattern is undeniable. Fourth, what this means for Peter Obi, the ADC coalition, and the 2027 election, because Tambuwal did not just expose a plan, he declared war on it. This is All Walks Life, the platform exposing the stories others avoid. Before we go deeper, let us establish exactly who Tambuwal is and why his words carry the weight they do. Because this is not a fringe politician making wild allegations from obscurity. Tambuwal represented Kebe/Tambuwal Federal Representatives in the House of Representatives for 3 consecutive terms. He rose to become Speaker of the House of Representatives, the 4th most powerful constitutional position in Nigeria from 2011 to 2015. He then became Governor of Sokoto State, serving 2 full terms from 2015 to 2023. Sokoto State, the seat of the Sultan of Sokoto, one of the most politically significant states in northern Nigeria. After his governorship, he returned to the Senate, representing Sokoto South as a senator. In 2022, he declared for the PDP presidential primary, built a campaign, spent money, mobilized supporters across the north, and then, at the primary, withdrew at the last moment and delivered his delegates to Atiku Abubakar. That single act of political discipline cost him the presidency and earned him enormous political credit inside the PDP. This is a man who has been inside Nigeria's political machinery at the highest levels for over 20 years. When he says a secret panel was assembled over 2 years ago, when he says he saw the signs early, when he says Peter Obi was specifically targeted, he is not guessing. He was in those rooms. He knows the conversations that happened, and on Thursday in Sokoto, he decided to say them out loud. Now let us go inside exactly what he said, word for word, because the details matter. Tambuwal spoke to journalists in Sokoto on Thursday after the flag-off of a food distribution program for his supporters. He said his decision to leave the PDP did not happen overnight. He said, and these are his words, the process that led to his defection began over 2 years ago. Over 2 years ago. That takes us back to early 2024, before the Labour Party crisis exploded publicly, before the dual party membership law was drafted, before Wike became FCT minister, before most Nigerians even started watching the opposition collapse. He said a panel was commissioned, not a casual conversation, a formal panel comprising political experts, practicing politicians, and professors from reputable Nigerian universities. Their mandate: study Nigeria's evolving political situation and project where it was heading. Their conclusion, and Tambowal stated this clearly, was that clear signs existed that the APC administration might want to turn Nigeria into a one-party state. He said, "When we projected into the future, we saw those signs early and decided to act." Then came the most explosive statement of the entire press conference. He alleged, his word alleged, that efforts were being made to weaken both the PDP and Labour Party to the level of smaller parties, parties that are so weakened they no longer contest elections independently. They negotiate with whoever is in power. They become tools, not opposition. And then the line that changes everything. He said that was the intention, and one of the conditions was that Peter Obi must not remain in the Labour Party to contest. One of the conditions, not a side effect, not an unintended consequence, a condition, a deliberate requirement of the plan. Peter Obi must not remain in Labour Party. He must be removed from his strongest electoral platform before 2027. Tambowal is saying all of that was not coincidence. It was a plan. In the next 13 minutes, 4 things. First, exactly who Tambowal is and why his words carry the weight they do. Second, the full details of what he revealed in Sokoto and what the secret panel actually concluded. Third, how every major political event of the last 2 years connects to the plan he described, because when you lay them out in sequence, the pattern is undeniable. Fourth, what this means for Peter Obi, the ADC coalition, and the 2027 election. Because Tambowal did not just expose a plan, he declared war on it.
Now, here is where this story stops being about Tambowal and starts being about everything your eyes have watched happen in Nigeria for the last 2 years. Because when you lay out the timeline, the plan Tambowal described is not just plausible, it is visible. Let us go through the timeline. 2 years ago, early 2024, according to Tambowal, a panel is quietly assembled. The conclusion: APC wants a one-party state. Peter Obi must be removed from Labour Party. PDP must be weakened to irrelevance. Mid-2024, the Labour Party crisis explodes. 2 factions emerge, one loyal to Julius Abure, one aligned with Lamidi Apapa. Both claim to be the legitimate chairman. Both hold rival National Executive Committee meetings. INEC is unable to recognize a single authority. The crisis does not just weaken Labour Party, it creates exactly the kind of membership register confusion that could trap anyone trying to formally leave or join. Late 2024, Peter Obi is watching the Labour Party tear itself apart around him. His 2023 presidential campaign was built on that platform. His 6 million votes came under that umbrella, and now the platform is dissolving. December 31, 2025, Obi resigns from Labour Party. He announces his resignation on the last day of the year. But here is what Tambowal's revelation now makes relevant. Neither Abure nor Apapa formally confirms that his resignation was accepted by their respective factions. His name potentially still sits in Labour Party's membership register. January 1, 2026, INEC is still recognizing Abure as Labour Party chairman, 1 day after Obi's resignation, creating the exact ambiguity needed to question whether he legally left. March 11, 2026, the House of Representatives passes the dual party membership law, from first reading to final adoption, in 1 single day. The law says if your name appears in 2 party registers when parties submit to INEC, you are a member of neither. You cannot contest, you are disqualified. The party register submission deadline, April 2, 20 days away. Now read Tambowal's words again. One of the conditions was that Peter Obi must not remain in the Labour Party to contest. The Labour Party crisis created the membership register ambiguity. The dual party law created the legal mechanism to use that ambiguity. The April 2 deadline creates the trigger point, and the PDP, the party that could have united with Labour Party to form a strong opposition bloc, was being simultaneously dismantled by Wike from the inside, a man who won the court battle for PDP control in late 2025, who set the April 10 membership register deadline for the PDP. who is publicly demanding the opposition endorse Tinubu. Tambuwal did not name names. He said a plan existed. He said Peter Obi was a specific target, but the timeline connects every dot. Now let us look at what this revelation means going forward. Tambuwal defected to the ADC. He sat on the Senate floor yesterday with 8 other senators, all defecting in one afternoon. The ADC now has 9 senators, combined with Obi's base, Kwankwaso's Kano network, Tambuwal's Sokoto machinery, and Amaechi's Rivers structures. The coalition is the most formidable opposition Nigeria has assembled since 2015. But here is the problem that Tambuwal's own revelation creates. If the plan to destroy the opposition started over 2 years ago and included targeting Obi specifically, what makes anyone believe it stopped on March 11 when the dual party law passed? The ADC primary window opens April 23. Party registers must be submitted to INEC by April 2, just 20 days away. If Obi's name appears in both Labour Party and ADC registers on April 2, the dual party law applies. He becomes a member of neither party. He cannot contest the primary. He cannot be a presidential candidate. Without Obi, the obedient 6 million votes have no obvious home. The opposition splits. Tinubu wins 2027 with the same formula as 2023. Tambuwal said his group saw the signs and decided to act. But acting in Nigerian politics requires more than speeches in Sokoto. It requires getting Peter Obi's Labour Party resignation formally confirmed in writing by both factions before April 2. It requires ensuring the ADC's membership register unambiguously carries Obi's name and only Obi's name. It requires doing this in 20 days. 20 days, against a plan that apparently has been running for over 2 years. Here is the complete picture that Tambuwal just handed Nigeria. A secret panel assembled over 2 years ago. Professors, political experts, practicing politicians, studying Nigeria's political future, and concluding that the APC wanted a one-party state. A plan with 2 targets: destroy the PDP, remove Obi from Labour Party. A timeline that shows the Labour Party crisis, the dual party law, the Wike PDP infiltration, and the April 2 register deadline, all connecting into one coherent strategy. And a senator, former speaker, former governor, standing in Sokoto on Thursday and saying it all out loud on camera, voluntarily, with journalists taking notes. The question nobody in the Nigerian media has asked properly is this: if Tambuwal saw the signs 2 years ago, if he commissioned a panel, if he knew the plan included removing Peter Obi from Labour Party, why did he wait until March 2026 to say it publicly? Was it courage? Was it strategy? Or did something happen in the last few weeks that made staying silent no longer an option? The All Walks Life question for your comments today is this: now that you know a plan allegedly existed to destroy the opposition and specifically remove Peter Obi from his platform, does it change how you see everything that has happened in Nigerian politics over the last 2 years? Subscribe, hit the bell, share this video right now, because April 2 is 20 days away and the plan, if Tambuwal is right, is still running. This is All Walks Life, the platform exposing the stories others avoid. The plan did 2 years ago. Tambuwal just told you, and April 2 is 19 days away.